I wish I could just roll the opening credit of James Bond without getting a copy strike. Hey Fragrance family, I'm David and I'm a Fragrance Bro, of course your best source for everything fragrance related. I have been a big fan of Floris. I have several fragrances from Floris that I've reviewed on the channel. Almost everything I've tried from them has been great. They have great quality, consistently great quality. They have some scents that I think are amazing. Most of their line is really good. And recently they just came out with this new fragrance, number 007. It's in celebration of the 60th anniversary of the James Bond film franchise. And this is very, very good. Thank you, Floris. Thank you for making an actually good 007 James Bond fragrance. Now, I have a couple of other video reviews on Floris, one of them being number 89, which is a classic fragrance by Floris. And that was one of Ian Fleming's favorite fragrances. Ian Fleming, obviously, is the author of the James Bond books. He was a big fan of Floris. Number 89 was his favorite fragrance. Number 89 is a kind of classic Italian-style citrus scent that is really good. So I have a video that is on what would James Bond wear, talking about Ian Fleming's favorite fragrance. Then they got up and they just made this scent, and I think this is great. It's very different from number 89, which I'm actually surprised by, but also happy to smell here because this one is drastically different. We'll get to the scent of this in just a minute, but let's go over some of the notes and talk about longevity and all that kind of jazz. Notes in this are bergamot, sweet orange, jasmine, juniper, geranium, rosemary, rose, carnation, amber, sandalwood, oak moss, and musk. Now, this is not a super loud fragrance. I think a lot of the fragrances from the Floris line kind of have a little bit more of a subdued quality. One thing I really actually like about them, I'm a little bit different than most fragrance aficionados out there. I don't want a fragrance that's gonna tell the neighbor across the street that I'm wearing it. I want something that I can smell that I like. And I don't care if everyone else can smell it. I just want to smell good for me. This to me is kind of that. It's not very quiet necessarily. It's in the average range of projection. It also lasts about an average time on me, 6 to 8 hours on me. And that is totally fine for me. I would take that any day. A season, this is great for fall. I think this could work for winter. I think this is good for day or night, but I think this maybe works maybe even a little bit better at nighttime. Purpose, I think this is a kind of Swiss Army knife here. I think this could be used casually, could be used for work, could be used for formal, maybe even date a little bit. It's kind of a sexy fragrance in a certain way. So yeah, maybe if you think that person likes James Bond, wear this. I don't know. So how does this fragrance smell? Well, it's very different than I was expecting. To me, this reminds me a lot of what Floris would do trying to make a bay rum type of fragrance. I have a video all about bay rum. Definitely go and check it out in the card up there. I really like bay rum. It's a classic old school style fragrance, and it is spicy and citrusy, has almost like a clove cinnamon type of thing going on in there. And this reminds me of that direction, but more of a modern take on it. So I do get that kind of clove, cinnamon, nutmeg type of spice that's in here with some citruses, but none of that spice is listed in the notes here, but I definitely pick up on that vibe. It's not exactly the same as a bay rum fragrance, but it is like their spin on it, I think. To me, it smells so much like that style of fragrance. It would surprise me if that's not what they intended to make here. The main two notes that I get here are the sweet orange and that kind of almost clovey type of thing. From there, it transitions and you get a little bit more complexity here. This is more complex and more subtle, more interconnected than maybe a typical bay rum fragrance is. I get more of a floral heart in there, a little bit more wood in here. I get geranium and carnation. I get sandalwood and musk, especially at the end, and then maybe a drop of rose. It's an amazing scent. I love it. I love that it does remind me of bay rum, but is a more modern version of that, at least in my eyes. It is very modern and refined. It does remind me of maybe something James Bond would wear. Maybe that's just the power of suggestion here with the name, but I could see it. I love it. This is absolutely a banger from Floris. You've got to try it. Definitely check it out. With that, I'd like to thank my sponsor, Fragrance X. Fragrance X is an online reseller that sells thousands of legitimate products for a discounted cost. If you're considering buying a fragrance, definitely check out Fragrance X. I'll have a link down below to them as well as a coupon. But also check out Rakuten.com. Rakuten.com is a website that offers you a rebate with every purchase that you make through their website. They actually have a deal with Fragrance X that offers you a certain percentage percentage in rebates just by buying through Rakuten. So I'll have a link down below to them as well. Definitely check out Fragrance X and Rakuten together. Great. So that's all I have. Let me know what you think of 007. Have you tried this yet? I would love to hear your thoughts about this. Let me know down in the comments down below. Thank you again for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe down below. Love you for it. I'll see you next time. I'm Dave with the Fragrance Bros.